It's now time for some hypercars. The 918 was probably one of my first choices when it came to this. The 918 isn't particularly my favorite car, which means under a bit of customization, maybe it will become one of my favorite. And I've got to tell you, it did. Now, blacking out the lights, the first step. One of the first steps that you should take on a car that you don't particularly like. And I'm kidding, but the blacking out the lights, I'm going to probably do it to 99% of my cars, let's be honest. There's usually 3 stages of blacking out the lights. The middle stage is usually the one I go for. I don't like blacking them out too much, but this car, it actually looks pretty cool. Now, something you'll notice again and again on a few actual cars when it comes to Need to Be Payback is some of them don't have front arches to convert body kit wise. You go to the front hood and it changes the whole of the vehicle, and that's obviously some of the cars that just have the hood arch combo thing. It's a little bit weird. It was the same in Need for Speed 2015. It was very difficult to decide on what I wanted, and I was just playing around with the combinations of there's a separate hood option, bumper option that looks really weird, and I wanted to see what it fits, and it fits the stock style size front bumper, front arches. So that's not what I wanted to go with, so I went with the wider one anyway. The wide arch, basically when it comes to me and hypercars, just throw on the widest body I possibly can and be done with it. That's about it. I wanted to go through and thoroughly check that I have chosen the absolute widest possibility that I could have done. The most pointy bits possible. You already know, the biggest wangs, the pointiest bits, and the widest whips. That's the way we go on the Black Pants channel. Also, the biggest dinner plates. All that talk is coming back, don't worry about it. It's been gone for a while. We haven't done car builds properly in a while. And oh my lord. Did you there is only one option for a wing on this car, and if you do not choose this option, you seriously have some mental issues and you need to go to some kind of institution or something. This is the only option you should be picking. The only. It's absolutely huge. I take it back. You can choose the drag aero-y wing if you are making a drag car, but this is a race car, so I can put the big stupid wing on. It's wider than the wide arches of the body kit. It's what? I don't understand. Now, we have here also changing out the back where it shows basically the back plate of the car. Most of the cars don't actually have that. I think the 918 is one of the few to actually have that. I'm hoping there's a lot more like that, just blacking out things. Blacking out things, although a very basic option, it should be a thing on many cars. Like for the Audis, for example, maybe blacking out the grille should just be a basic option. It's something that most people do on BMWs or Audis. They just black out stuff. It looks cool and it makes it look massively different. First look at tires we've had here. Now it looks like the stretch tires weren't available. I'm not exactly sure what the case with that is. Are there any stretch tires at all? Do I have to unlock them? I'm not too sure on how it's actually working in this. But I didn't see any stretch tires thus far from what I have played. But we haven't had everything unlocked properly and such. Throw on the R8 wrap. Looks pretty good. But wanted to make it its own color. Now, I could have very much made this like I think when I actually get to properly play this again, I'm going to make it similar to how some of the designs were on. I think most one in 2012 had a pretty cool design for the 918 Spider. I think it was still a concept back then in that game. One of the only cool things about the game was probably the wrap on this vehicle. Color deciding, again, is something that I struggle with because most of my cars, let's be honest, end up being red or blue. I'm very boring when it comes to color choices, and red had to be the one for this car. It's just something about the black and red wheel combo. I think the brake calipers have something to do with the color looking cool as well, and I would really like to have changed the front lights a little bit, to change the little film over them to make it even, maybe even make it like a darker color if possible. If not, just stick it red as well. Make a full-on red car, if you will. But the black wheels and the black lights and the black dinner plate and the black accents everywhere. Black wing mirrors. That would have been a nice one. Didn't really think about that, did I? No. So what I did is I put some black stickers on it. That's the best way to balance a car, by throwing big black stickers on it. Amazing. You can put them all over and it's going to look amazing. I did a big full, top body length one at the top to just kind of give you the hood, the top of the car, that sort of stuff. I like doing that. I think it's probably one of the best things you can do to any car in 2015. And then the back end, I wasn't too sure because the arches are a little bit weird. I could have spent a load of time on this, kind of making sure it wasn't on the arches. I could have just spent time putting black on the arches. I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted, so in the end, I just threw another big sticker on the back. It's very simple to make a car look a little bit unique by throwing a big sticker, but throughout this video clip here, you can see I was adjusting the size, and I was like, should I fit it around the arch and not put it on the arch a little bit? I think I might toy with arches and proper stickers a lot in this game. I didn't properly dive into customization past my Skyline and the fundamental cars that I had in my collection, like the Murcielago. Past that, I didn't really toy with anything because I mostly sold a lot of my cars. I liked that I had to sell a lot of my cars because, I mean, I had my favorite specific ones, but in this game, you can slowly increase that to unlimited. You have unlimited storage, so I never actually have to sell cars if I don't want to. So any cars I particularly do not want to sell, I can always keep hold of. It doesn't have to leave me, which it gives me a bit more comfort in spending more time customizing my cars. I don't think I'm ever going to buy all the cars in the game at once, but it does give me that, as I said, more comfort in throwing a car in storage even if I don't want it. And if I want to get it again in the future, I just pull it out of storage. Because I'm going to be spending so much time on this game. As you know, there is so much content to go through on this game that I think I'm going to earning so much money on this game that it's just going to make sense to throw them in storage. Now, I haven't really shown much plates customization in this game. I think there's a few more plates. If not, they look a little bit different, or they just look better because it's on Payback. So you can type in custom, as always, you have since, I don't even know what, Need for Speed. But there's also the plate backing, or the frame, should I say, and there's new ones on there as well. I'm hoping that in the future we'll actually get some more of those as well. Maybe some kind of like use them as a form of reward for... You've seen like the loot boxes and stuff in the game. I'm hoping there's a lot of like little bits like that we'll possibly be able to see in the future. That these loot boxes you can actually get by playing the game. I think there's two separate types, but I'm hoping the free ones are the ones you get that sort of stuff in. But I haven't really particularly looked into them properly yet, but we're going to do so in a video very shortly. And when we get the game, obviously, quick overview of the car. Looks nice. I like the red almost looks a little bit orange. Personally, it looks orange in certain lights, but then you look at the orange car in the background and you go, all right, it's actually more red. I think overall, this is one of my favorite cars I built. Just because of the customization options, the 918 is a hypercar. Normally wouldn't get anything like this. You'd get like the basic little tidbits. Oh, you got a nice little splitter on there. But no, Need for Speed's like, no. We dropped Ferrari because they ain't got any good customizations. Let's throw in a 918 with a ridiculous bloody wing and body kit. Stupid. I want to get both of them and sit them next to each other. Like, that's what I'm going to do a lot in Payback. I'll just many different variations of it built. Show the difference that beginning and after. I think it'll look tremendous. But you would have seen a little bit of it from this video. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash like. I'm glad that hypercars are properly returning to Payback, and you can actually customize them. What are your thoughts? Subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until next time, guys, peace.